Are you dealing with business burnout right now? Are you feeling like the world is like caving in because you have so many things that you have to manage and you just don't know where you're gonna find the time? Well, then I have the ultimate cure for you. But before we get into that, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Mack and I help everyday people become automated cleaning business owners. I also am the author of the Amazon bestseller, Pick Up Cash, Not Trash. I made it available so you can get a free copy by clicking the link below. Just cover the shipping and we'll send that right out to you. Now, let's get into the business of freeing you from that burnout. All right, so like I was talking about in the beginning, business burnout is the worst, okay? Because it's usually a lot of anxiety, and sometimes when we feel trapped too, it adds to that, and then we feel a little bit of depression because it feels like maybe our business isn't gonna work out, and that type of energy, a lot of times the instinct is to push through or to quit. And while we always do wanna push through, because there are tough moments, if we push through so much without treating the actual issue, which is like, hey, I'm burnt out right now. They're only going to be more burnt out until ultimately we're going to quit. So we don't want that, okay? Because how we handle this situation is going to determine the type of actions that we take with our business, right? So, because if we're burnt out, anxious, sad, depressed, we're not going to do what we need to do daily to go make it happen with our business. So let me give you a specific example. Everyone knows me as the cleaning automation guy, right? But it didn't start that way for us, okay? My now wife and, then fiance, my wife and I, Jess, in the beginning, we made all of mistakes with our cleaning business. We were just trying to replace our day-to-day income. So what we were doing was all the cleaning, right? We were doing all the cleaning. Now let me tell you something. We were on crazy runs. I mean, anywhere from 5, 6 p.m. till like 2, 3 in the morning a lot of times. I remember there'd be times where I'd be dropping Jess off at 12 to say like, honey, you get some sleep, I'm gonna go do the last account or two by myself. And it sucked. It was painful because there were days where we didn't feel our best, like we didn't feel good, and we still had to go clean because when you're a business owner, right, you don't have that luxury like you do at a day job, right, in the beginning. In the beginning, that's what makes it tricky. That's why not everyone's successful, because when you don't know what you're doing, like I was making a lot of mistakes, you just go through the process like pushing through, like, oh, I'm good. But I'm telling you, that's the thing that sets us back. So, it wasn't until I got smart and I realized that when I was heading towards major breakdown, when I knew I didn't even want a cleaning business anymore, I was like, look, we're making money, sure. Of course, we're getting clients. It is great, but I don't have time to find cleaners. I don't have time to do any of these things. I was getting tired of marketing, everything. And then ultimately, I was like, I want to quit my job and go back to work. I actually said that left my face. And that would have been the biggest mistake of my life, the absolute biggest mistake. I didn't do that, obviously. I'm going to show you the 3 things I did do instead that cured my absolute terrible burnout. All right, so the first thing I did, okay, now the first thing you got to do is you have to remind yourself over and over, why did you start this business? So for me, why I started this business was ultimately I wanted to build a type of life where I had freedom. Now, stop. You can hear a lot of people talking about freedom, but what is freedom? What is it really? Well, freedom to me is I can wake up anytime I want and I don't have to punch a clock. I'm not trading my time for money. That's freedom to me. When I want to go on vacation with Jess, I just go on vacation with Jess. That's freedom to me. We have a baby on the way, my first child, and I get to spend as much time as I want to with him. That's freedom. That's what I wanted, so that was what was worth fighting for. And that's why we want to remind ourselves in the beginning, what are you fighting for? What are you doing this for? Okay, you have to remind yourself, and that is so important. So the first thing you got to do to cure that burnout, you need to sit down, breathe, get a piece of paper out, clean sheet of paper, and make a list of why you decided to start a business in the first place. This will help charge you up. Okay, the second thing you must do to cure that burnout, it is super important. I'm gonna get to it in a second. All I want you to do is, if you are getting value so far, I need you to hit me with that thumbs up button. I appreciate you. Also, leave a comment if you have any specific type of videos you'd like me to make. All right, but back to it. The second thing that you need to do, and it's so important, create your escape plan. So what do I say escape plan? Let's say you're in my position at the time, right? You're in my position where you're out cleaning by yourself like 8 hours a night. Maybe yours is not even that dramatic. Maybe you're out cleaning 4 hours a night with your cleaning business, or maybe your lawn care business. It doesn't really matter because the same rules apply, but put yourself in my shoes. The thought of bringing on new cleaners, that's the only way we could do it, right? But I didn't have the time because I'm already out so many hours. And the idea of putting another 2-3 hours in, bringing people in, that made me wanna you don't know what. It's just bad, okay? So an action plan. The action plan is, when we sat down and made our action plan, our escape plan rather, we put that in mind and we thought about it. We actually sat there and brainstormed. We realized the only way through this problem for us, because we were in such a deep hole, was we had to grow our way out of it. So we had to push further into the discomfort, and that was gonna get us our freedom on the other side. Now that you have your other list, the first thing, which is, why you started, that helps you. That juices you up to make this second thing. This second thing is so important to actually plan your escape. So once you start planning your escape, now you can remind yourself every day. It's like, hey, this is why I started and this is what I'm gonna do to get out of it. That is going to help push you through to the next level. Okay, the third thing that you must do, let me tell you this right now. It's a little cheesy, so let me preface it a little bit. I want you to picture yourself like when I told you before, when I dropped Jess off and I'm heading to accounts. This is like old school stuff right here. I'm not gonna lie, there were some days where I was in the car and I was feeling sorry for myself, or it's just something where I just felt like this is harder than I ever thought it would be. This is so difficult with my day job. As much as I hated it, it's easier than this right now, because like I said, we were making a lot of mistakes, okay? I realized that I almost created a little method, right? And I call it, the third thing you must do is the James Brown method. Right? Now people are gonna be like, what are you talking about? What is that? What is James Brown method? So basically in short is, for me, I'm in the car, I'm listening to music, I'm by myself, I'm driving home, it's 2-3 in the morning, it's cold out, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I gotta go home and eat, which is who wants to eat at 4 in the morning? That's not good for you, right? I just had my playlist on random, and then this song comes on, by James Brown. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's paid the cost to be the boss, paid the cost to be the boss, and it's that hit me so hard. It hit me so hard because I'm listening to the lyrics and it meant something to me. And then I was like, damn, I've always heard this song before, but it never really meant anything to me. I always thought it was a cool song, but that was it. That was really it. That's why it was on my playlist to begin with. But then, after a few weeks of doing it, I started looking for the song, whenever things got hard. So why I think it's a little cheesy is because people is really a song? But it's I'm telling you right now, while other people say, oh, you're burning out, go to bed for 3 months and just don't think about business. We can't do that as business owners, right? There's a certain extent you have to push through, but you can push through in a healthy way. So for me, I found that music was cathartic, and especially music with lyrics. This song almost became like a battle cry, because you know what it was? I was in the middle of paying the cost, literally, to be the boss. And I'm telling you right now, find a couple songs like that, make a playlist like that, make a playlist that motivates you and it kind of reminds you, songs that are inspirational. And that song to me was that literally was a method that helped me so much. I remember one night it was a little bit of tear running down because it was so hard. It was such a hard day, and then more accounts are coming on because I know we have to grow our way out of the problem because we didn't do things the right way. We didn't start with automation like we should have. But basically the long and the short is that was so you put those 3 things together, you are going to get your mind right. Your mental health is going to be in such a fantastic place as a business owner to push to the next level, because let me tell you something right now, the next level is so important. And if you want to know how to get to the next level, watch this video right here. And also, if you want to grow your company to 6 figures like I did inside 4 months, but this time with automation, check out this masterclass. It's brand new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, Cub Scouts.